Your whole, what was that show? You just summed up your whole miserable existence. What movie was that from? Or was that from Rudy? When he comes on, he's complaining about Rudy getting special treatment. You know, that was a young Vince Vaughn in that movie. Oh, do 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 do. Ah! Where's that feedback coming from? Wait a second. Where's that coming from? Checkity check. Oh, there it is. Check. 1 2 1 2. All right.
I taught my entire career.
What is that? Oh, okay. Where's Spencer? You around, buddy? Do 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 do. Diddle 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 down. Boom 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 no no no. That's my warm up word. I can't do Trump without saying Ramaswamy. He's so cute. Look at him. He thought he could beat me. Oh, I think we're live. Hey, what up, YouTube? Are we live? Chickity check, check. 1 2 1 2. If you're not long Palantir, then you don't know me. So now you know me. Buy some Palantir. We're holding it overnight again. We haven't sold any. We're never selling it, and we're gambling with the overnight. So now the overnight, we already got. If you're just joining us, yes, what's up? Today's Thursday. I usually look at options. I don't normally hang in there with overnights, but the Palantir continuously paying us. Right now, we are in the 110s. And if you did buy more, bully for you on this pullback. So what you're looking at right here, friendo, you see this chart? You see this chart? This is the reason I trade in the money options. So the reason I trade in the money options is because it trades as if it's the stock now. So this is the 110, right? It's not in the money. It's slightly out of the money, right? We're about to be in the money, which is exciting. So tomorrow, and the reason I don't hold overnights, especially with expiring options tomorrow, if say Palantir opens up, let's say 107.50, just slightly down $1.50, these 110s are going to be 30 cents, and they're $2 right now. So we bought them today, and again, I wish I would have bought the open today. And see this chart right here? This is why I don't need to hold overnights. So if you didn't come in long overnight, the Palantir, who cares? You bought it this morning at the open. The options were 30 cents, and now they're $2. You buy 30 contracts for $900, and you do the math. You're up 20 grand just on this one trade. We're banging these out. And this is just icing on the cake trade today. This wasn't our go-to trade. Our go-to were, if you guys are watching. By the way, Uber, nice call. I mean, this is from yesterday. And again, another reason you don't have to hold overnights, right? Yesterday, Uber, it kind of sucked. We had some good times with it. Missed the short. I missed the short. I caught the long. I actually caught 2 long trades in the stock. And I managed to make money on it, even though it looks like an awful chart. But all this awfulness, fast forward the next day, when something doesn't really work out on earnings day, don't give up. See if the follow-through happens the next day. And then they gapped it. And then it was nobody to, that was it. They suckered people into selling yesterday. And just like most stocks, we just don't go down anymore, right? By the way, I haven't told this joke in a while. The market's a lot like my wife. Fill in the blank. Yeah, you could. It's a think piece there. It's a think piece. Yeah. So back to Palantir, right? Right now, we're planning on owning it. Now we're sitting here with free money because we bought them this morning, and I bought them coming out of this break right here at 90, 95, 105, 110, 115. I paid the most I paid was 115. I bought more on the pullback, considering we were thinking about holding it overnight the whole time. And then on this move up to $1.50, I started selling some for a 50% profit or 100% profit if you got them, at 75 cents. I was around, my lowest price was 92, 93. But now I could sell for $1.50, and I just bought them back at the same price. I didn't catch the lower price. But you see how this chart is what we make our living on. This is a faux show, bro. And when you break VWAP and you hold prior day VWAP and then you break back above the VWAP, that's the faux show, bro. And when you do it around VWAP, this trade hardly ever fails. Hardly ever is another way of me saying it. It's really good. And again, this is why I trade in the money options. And you'll see it. Look, here's the 110. So the 109s and the 108s will be basically the same thing. You're seeing it here. There's the faux show, bro. So tomorrow, and again, I'm suggesting you sell some at $2 if you are in these trade. Again, you don't not take 100% gain, right? So if you're in under $1, you've got 100% gain now. You could sell half of what you got. Now it's officially a free trade because if it goes to zero tomorrow, at least you take half the money and it's a flat trade. You follow? But don't forget about this Palantir. Really, really, really think we're getting 120. This is one of my most epic calls of my career. 6 months ago, when the stock broke out, I just did some calculations about when they were going to report earnings. And I said options expiration. So I'm basically a week early. I thought, and I was just looking at it, I said probably around by February 14th, the stock should be $120. I'm 7 days early. I think we're getting it tomorrow. So if we do gap down and we do reverse, make sure you buy them immediately. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't forget about this trade. But I just sold some, for $1.90. I'm pretty content now. I might hold 3 overnight now out of my original 10. And I'm going to debate. Again, we got 20 minutes to debate whether or not we want to hold it. Again, because the faux show, bro, is the reason you don't have hold overnights. If you're following me, listen. The reason you hold an overnight is that you think it's just going to gap up and go. The gap and go trade, meaning a stock starts higher, doesn't pull back, and then just rips all day, that's very rare. The gap and go trade is very rare. You usually get dips and rips. So even though you're bullish something, tomorrow morning, they started off low because that's the shakeout. They're trying to get people to sell at the open. So if you get the shakeout, you buy the shakeout, and you get a much better price than holding something overnight. Like I said, the reason I'm holding maybe a couple of contracts, I will hold 2 contracts just in case they gap it, and it does go. Because if they gap it to 112 tomorrow, it's probably going to go right to 115. You're not going to be able to get any lottos, so forth and so on. But loving me some Palantir. But tonight, we're going to talk about their earnings reports. And if you are in the sound of my voice, I want to share a link with you right now if you haven't got it. Let me put it into the other room. Let me see if you guys are hanging out. So we're going to switch rooms, and we're going to go here. So this is the room, and I want you guys to start kicking the tires and getting to know the room because this is going to be our home now. We're going back to the old software, old room, no delay. So if you guys are sitting and waiting for me to put the trade on and hanging on every word, now's your chance. So there's maybe a half a second delay, which will be much better for you guys that are waiting for me to tell you what to do. But of course, that's what the schmooze is for, and that's what these afternoon sessions were for. All right. Because yesterday we walked through the pie trade and I gave you the setup, right? It's your job to take the trade. I can't force you to take the trade. And I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even trade this stock once because I was on other things. I was on Roblox, which was good. I was on SWKS, which was good. I was on the Palantir, which was awesome. Could have been better. And, I'm not going to trade all the trades that I set up. I missed the ARM, I missed the Qualcomm, and I missed this trade. But when I set these parameters up, it's because the market's rigged. So in this situation, you see, when it plummeted to 88, I marked it off. And then it rallied and paused at around 98. And it broke the 98 and it went to 105, 105, 105, right? 105, 105, 105. These are algorithmic prints, right? So the aftermarket, then you meets the pre-market. Pre-market, nothing going on, no volume. Stay away, right? But then the market opens up, bang, immediately breaks VWAP, and you're buying a $100 break, and it goes right to that print. Breaks it a little bit, thought you were off to the races. They dropped the bid on you because it's a very volatile stock. But then for the players that like to wait the 5 minutes, look at this beautiful 5-minute setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 minutes later, here comes that 105 again. 7 minutes in, you're buying it. And this time you got the move. And where did it go to? It closed that gap that it had from last night. And that was some easy money. And then it overshot. You got to the orange line. You had your 1 minute multi-day VWAP explosion. And then, as I'm always saying, if you miss something on the upside in this wonderful trading environment we're in, you're getting counter trend moves and they're pretty sick. Sometimes the stock gives it Jerry all back, right? So here you go. You missed it on the long side. It plummets. Now it can't get back over prior day. And there's the shorter right there. That would have been me if I was paying attention. Why did they short right there? Because they got rejected at prior day. They took a shot, right? So now their stop will be here and there. And then it rolls, tests the VWAP, fails, holds it, breaks it. And then look what it does. It retraces back to that spot where it couldn't get back over earlier. And then right there, I was about to short it, and I just decided not to. But these trades keep setting up for us. So, like I showed you last night with the pie and the Qualcomm, and here's the ARM trade, right? We're looking at that one from last night. So I'll show it to you on a 5-minute chart so you could see it a little better. Are you kidding me? Right? Are you kidding me? Do you see it? Do you see it? Because if you don't see it, I'll carefully explain. There it is. That's the manipulation that I talk about. That's the market rigging. When something's significant the night before, the stock market likes to bring the ones who control the market, the algorithmic overseers, the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call them, the matrix developers, they test the same damn prices. So if you come in and you got your parameters from last night, like I did with you, double bottom here, rallied off there, right? And then it went sideways. Okay. So then today, you got a new VWAP that formed. So now once it held that spot, there's the VWAP break. Buy it. Blue line, orange line. Have a nice day. That's a 161.76 entry, and that's a 166.76 entry. That's 5-pointer right there for 4 minutes. And somebody earlier was saying, man, this is a boring day. Yeah, this day got real boring rather quickly. It's usually Thursdays are boring type of consolidation days in the bull market, which we are always in, it seems, a bull market. And Palantir's flirting with that 110 already. So I'm pretty sure we're getting this 120 tomorrow. I mean, this is one of my most crazy predictions ever. I mean, Carvana was something, but I'm almost like, this is almost as good as my Dow 20,000 prediction. You guys didn't know me back then, but I put a prediction out in about 4.5 years. I almost nailed Dow 20,000 to the week. It was pretty freaking incredible. bottom line, I pretty much know. I know what I'm doing, right? I've had my ups and downs, but now, man, this algorithmic trading that we do around VWAP and price, you see it right here, right? This is artwork to me. This is visceral. I could feel this chart, right? So just a little preparation meets, what's the saying? Preparation meets opportunity. You create your own luck, and that's what this trade was all about. Bang. And then you had Qualcomm, which wasn't that good, right? Got the same setup. There's the foe. There's the show. Here comes the bro, and immediately we had to sell it, and then it ripped without us. And this one didn't. Again, I should have made money on this one, but what did I buy? I bought the quick candle, whatever it was. I bought the pullback or something like that. Whatever it was, it didn't work out. I lost a quick 50 cents on it, and then it moved, and it just chopped without me. Never bothered getting back in. And again, look, you could have got back in. You see how it consolidated at the upper level, then it broke VWAP. I could have got back in right there. 167.50 got you 169. That's $1.50. Why not? 200 shares at $300 right there, just knowing what you're doing. And just to go highlight on my day right here, I think the highlight of my day was shorting the Qs. I actually nailed this trade, and knowing that shorting is short-lived and you're going to die, I didn't even hesitate. As soon as I was in at 127.50, at 126.50, I immediately covered half my position for the dollar. And then it broke the low of the day. And I was like, oh, look how cute. They're trying to pretend that the market's going to go down. There's the prior day VWAP. You couldn't even get to the prior day VWAP. And then it turned into what? A faux show, bro. And the joke is, your entire existence in life is basically a faux show, bro, right? Doesn't it always seem your life, right? When things are bad, they get worse, then they get better. That's what the faux show, bro, is. It gets worse, and then it gets a lot better. For the longs, of course. Right? We're mostly long life. Times of troubles, it seems to get worse, and then it gets better. And that's exactly how this trade works. The shorts get convinced they're onto something. The longs get scared. And next thing you know, they both have to come running back. Shorts have to cover. The longs want back in, and the algorithms kick in, and we rip higher. And this is basically this is the anatomy of the market for forever. I mean, we literally never go down. I mean, now it's becoming bizarre how we never go down. Right now, it's getting to the point where I'm starting to get annoyed as a bear. I mean, we really never go down. I mean, they threw the Iran thing, Israel thing, all this thing, the tariffs thing. Nobody cares about anything because everybody realizes now that we never go down, right? But that's getting a little frightening for me because if everybody becomes complacent, to me, that's bearish. And we'll address that some other time. But right now, every dip's being bought. We trade real stocks, and it's just a phenomenal market to trade. All right, hang on a second now. Hey, I don't mind that Clove trade. Yeah, at a penny. Did you get them at a penny? I'm in. Are they a penny yet? Oh, we're not talking about Credo. No, that's a $20 fine. Viper, can you get $20 from Sid? Yeah, no. That stock's banned. No. Don't ever mention that. Seriously, don't ever mention that stock in my presence ever again. It's a $20 fine. Seriously. No, that stock is awful. I don't want to know anything about it. But I'll tell you something. Once you start seeing these faux show bros working the way they do, see, this is where those daily options come into play. So if you see the Q's faux show broing, right, you immediately look to buy those at the monies. Look at this trade now. I mean, these are the 528s. 2 seconds ago, here's the faux, there's the show. And again, look where they just got back to, VWAP. So if you're buying faux shows, you're buying these at 40 cents, 45. And you got to $1.20 already. And Palantir, you might get to 120 today. How much time we got left? We only got, we got 11 minutes? Sure. Why don't you fucking tack on another 11 points right here in the next 7 minutes, 8 minutes? Right? And by the way, I'm going to tell you something more about Palantir, right? And here comes the rally because we never go down. Let me tell you about this Palantir, right? Let me tell you one more time. When they stop telling you it's overvalued, that's when we'll sell it. The stock is still very, very hated, right? And also, you know why it's hated? The institutions aren't involved. We own the stock, just like the IPO, just like the CEO said, right? We own the stock. This is truly a retail stock. The Reddit people, they got everybody. That's what's crazy about it. We all got it right. The institutions didn't believe. And if you read about Palantir, they have a 500 PE now. Who gives a shit? Who still talks about PE? You want to talk about EBITDA also? EBITDA. That's all, folks. Are you kidding me? Who cares? Stocks that break 80 go to 120. That's all you need to know. We're in a bull market that never ends. This is the most bullish stock on the planet. Like I said, I'm calling for 120 tomorrow. I got my 2 contracts, and I'm probably just going to wind up buying more tomorrow. But it's just insane. You know, all the dumb mistakes I've made, and most of them have been shorting stocks. Now I understand. Stocks don't go down because they've gone up too much. They go down because they're shitty stocks, which is most stocks. And Palantir ain't no shitty stock, right? This is a stock that everybody wants, everybody needs, and everybody wants. I said that twice for a reason. Everybody wants in. So how the hell are you going to value it? Remember, it's like artwork, right? It's artwork. And by the way, when the IPO came out, they said the same shit at $10. This is an overvalued company. They don't do anything. They don't make any money. And what did I tell everybody? You're going to own the CIA. Do you ever want to own a piece of the CIA? This is the stock to do it. It'll be 10x in 2 or 3 years. And here we are. And when it breaks 120, it goes to 180, and then it goes to 250. Don't ever sell this stock until you start seeing it upgraded across the board with $150, $180, $250 targets. When the institutions start like it, when Goldman Sachs upgrades it, that's when we sell it. Or when Kathy Wood says, "Oh man, I made a mistake. I should buy back my Palantir." That's when we definitely sell it. You saw what she did to my Lunar, right? She ruined my damn trade, right? Everything was going fine until Kathy Wood had to mention it's her favorite freaking stock. Great. We got the mush involved. All right, so that's where I stand. So talking about some other overnights, I'm thinking you don't have to hold it overnight, but I'm a fan of this stock Clove, right? You don't want it to move, right? Don't move. Stay right there. You want the stock to open up under 450 tomorrow because we're going to be buying the 450s at the open for 2 or less. I don't mind paying 2 cents tomorrow. And here's what we're doing. Don't move. Don't anybody buy it right now. Don't root for it. Don't care about it. Because tomorrow, and this we had a 18 bagger on this 2 weeks ago. The stock's being accumulated. Now it pulled back. It took a break for about 10 days. And here's the 20-day chart on it, right? We had the 350s, the 4s. We kicked ass on it. The 450s were amazing, right? And then it came back. Even had a little faux show bro, $4. Now we're back to the 4. You don't want it to be back above 450 until tomorrow. We come in tomorrow and the stock's under 450. These 450 calls are going to be 2 cents. Palantir, what's up? What's up, Palantir? All right, what time is it? We got 6 minutes. You think we can get 8 more points right now? I guess we can. I guess we will. What song is that? I guess I can. I guess I will. I know that song. What song is that? By the way, if you're in the queues, don't get out yet. Now, this is what we're talking about, right? This is how you take a boring day and you rock it because you know boring is bullish. If the sun is out, it's bullish. Do me a favor right now, everybody. Take a second. Breathe in. Breathe in. Did air fill your lungs? Bullish. If the sun rises, it's bullish. And especially when you get a faux show bro near the end of the day, super bullish. Because now you've trapped morons like me in my past life thinking that the market's actually going to go down. Crush their fucking heads. Yeah. There you go. There you go, Palantir. We're getting 112.50 by the end of the. What do we got? We got 5 minutes left. Sure. Let's just tack on 8 more points into the close. Why not? It's bull market, baby. Holy shit. What's my take on NVIDIA? Back to the highs. Don't ever sell that stock. And if you get a chance to buy it between 105 and 112.50 ever again, buy it. Call me. I'll buy some with you. I'll send you the money to buy NVIDIA if it gets to 105. Love it. $250 target, maybe 3 years from now, but love it. Every dip's a buy. Palantir, NVIDIA. I'm the biggest bull on this new revolution. I truly am. As bearish as I have a stance on the market because it's all smoke and mirrors, I am not denying what I'm seeing here, right? I've learned my lesson. And that's why hey, guys, I was short the Qs and Sedge not just more than an hour ago, and I actually managed to make money on these trades. And by the way, speaking of Sedge, if you shorted it with me on this rollover and you made it $300 or $400, now we got the ammunition to throw away a couple of hundred. I think tomorrow Sedge 15s are going to come into play, Clove 450s, obviously Qs, obviously Palantir. And if you haven't sold any Palantirs yet, I mean, I can't not tell you to take profit especially if you're in from $1. They're $3 now. Right? You know what? I'm thinking about not holding them overnight now. Because if the stock just opens up at, 110, these are still going to be worth 80 cents. I could still wind up buying them back where I own them. So I only got 3 minutes to make that decision. If you're in 1,000 shares at 115, I normally would sell 300 shares just to say you sold something for a profit, just make yourself feel better, and put a stop at 117.50. Where is that stock now? 128. I think you're good. I think you're good. I think this whole DeepSeek Trump tariff moment, I was pissed off because I don't like the way that he can manipulate the market right now better than anybody. And if you don't think he's doing that, you don't think he's shorting some S&Ps and like, watch, I'm gonna talk about tariffs today. You guys cash out in about an hour after I'm done talking. Of course that's going on. And by the way, if I become president, I'll still run this chat room and I'll tell you all about what I'm going to manipulate the market to do. See, at least I'll hook you guys up. All right, so this Palantir is doing a lot better than, imagine these were 11 cents this morning. I mean, you're not buying them at 11 cents, but generally, I think Becky probably got in around 35, 40. Imagine putting $4,000 to work today on this trade, and you just went for a nap, took a nap, went for a walk. Yeah, let's see what we're doing at 4 o'clock. Oh, they're $3. Okay, your $4,000 is worth 30,000. Ah, look at you. All right, cool. See, that's a call spread I can get behind. So this guy's describing he bought the NVIDIA. Now you're up on it. Then you sell the call to lock in some of the gain. Love it. Love it. But man, oh man, this market, bro, it's absolutely stunning how even the microest dip is a buy. That's what I was trying to tell you, that, when I went short on Friday, it was very specific. And then you gap down Sunday night, it's over. Right? That was the play. Why bother coming in, waiting an extra day? There was no selling. They started the market down. And, the NQ futures never even got to that print. And it may never get to that print the way this market is. Holy freaking shit. That's all I could say. I mean, now you understand how important these faux show bros are. So if you're just joining us, good afternoon. Welcome to the Hit the Bid radio program. My name is Kenny Glick, and I know more about the stock market than anybody on earth. And my favorite trade is what you're looking at right here. And again, if you're trading only options, get yourself a Thinkorswim account and trade in the money options with us because they trade like the market. You see, it looks like a stock, right? This is just the option contract. So you can plot the contract on a regular chart because you're trading them at the money. I mean, they'll move it. What'd you get? You bought the 120s this morning as the lotto? You're probably making money now, right? How much are the 120s? But what'd you learn? You don't want to buy where you think it's going. You want to buy underneath where it's going. But you're probably making money now, right? 120s, what'd you buy them at, a penny? It's only 22 times your money if you bought them at the open. Seriously. I mean, think about it. It's only 22 times your money. If you bought the open at a penny, they went to 22 cents. All right, Amazon's getting hammered. Let's go take a look. And Amazon getting hammered means we're going to be buying Amazon. I guarantee it. Right? The bigger this red candle is, the better. Let it go down 70 points because it'll bounce 69 points tomorrow. You know why? We never go down, ever. Dave, what the hell are you doing here, Dave? Thought you had a real job. So you see, Dave, if you're going to be here, man, we got to start working together. That's the whole thing. You should be in some of those Palantir calls with me. You should have been in some Sage or some Qs. Where were you? Spoon feeding the winners, man. All right, look at that. Now there's something rare. Check this out. First candle reaction down. Second candle breaks the first candle. You generally don't see that. Usually you start to recover already. So that's awesome. Let me put Amazon on the chart. Oh, there's the recovery. I was going to say, you don't get usually two candles in a row on a knee-jerk reaction, especially on a stock that you know is not going down, right? That's it. That's probably it for the night. Even if it stays red for the rest of the night, you'd be shocked. And again, I'm rooting for I want to be shocked. The last thing I want to see this stock do right now is rebound 10 points because that's the 10 points I want to make tomorrow. So I'm hoping it rolls here, breaks new lows. Again, the best trades are when they break new lows, the faux show. So you could think of that as a faux show right there, but you'd rather more data to work with. That's why I'm kind of rooting for it to roll now, break down, make some new lows, and then we'll carve out the pattern like we did with, or it'll just go up 20 points right now because we never go down. Knee-jerk reaction down is usually met with a counter move right back up. And if you did buy that dip right now, if you are trading aftermarket and you bought that dip, you sell right here, 230. Nice trade. There you go, 230. This might not even be green in 10 minutes from now, let alone tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, what you're witnessing right now is the inability for anything, any reasonable, decent stock. In Amazon, we got to give them credit. It's a pretty decent company, right? They've done well. Probably not going to zero, right? It's not a pump and dump biotech stock. It ain't some piece of shit, some stock that's being pumped by some chat room bullshit. This is a real company. That's what I'm trying to say. 9 out of 10 of these, anytime you get a knee-jerk reaction down, you get a counter trend move to the upside. And here you go. I mean, this is our trade. I just was rooting for it not to happen now because it's easier to trade tomorrow. And tomorrow we would have been able to buy some 225s or maybe even 222.50s. And now we'd be sitting pretty already on this 10-point bounce. Chances are it's going green on this next move. It's just incredible, man. And if you are shorting, and again, I'm a shorter, and again, the way that I stay bearish is I don't really have a portfolio. I still think the market's smoke and mirrors. I don't feel comfortable owning stocks anymore because I've been out of the market for so long. I mean, my dad's got the cues, so I feel like I'm in the market somewhat. What was my point? I don't know what my point was. My point was there's plenty to go around for everybody. I'd still rather be a trader, stay liquid. But when the market crashes, and I'm not saying if, there's going to be a crash. I mean, it's inevitable. And that's why whatever that was in August, that bullshit crash that crushed me on that UVXY VIX trade, you see how it was all bullshit, right? There was never another word about it. We had a monumental crash. The Qs dropped, 60 points. The VIX went up 600% in a night, unprecedented. They called it the yen carry trade, and we never heard another word, right? Because it was fake. Goldman Sachs and the government need to shake up the market because everybody was becoming too complacent. They needed to crush the complacent volatility traders like me. So they invented something, and they'll do it again. So the next time we crash, I'm going to be sitting in cash. Ooh, that rhymes. And I'll probably buy something back, But I'll probably just buying the Qs. All right, let me go look through. So I'm assuming a firm just reported. I didn't really check the list because I just wanted to make sure you guys were with me on that Palantir. The list. Where's the list? Let's go. Ready? Where am I? Oh, earnings. All right, if a firm is ripping, go take a look at its younger, illegitimate kid, brother, Sophie. Sophie goes with a firm. UPST goes with a firm. So you put those on the menu for tomorrow. Earnings Whispers is having a really difficult time. I don't know why I can't load this website up anymore where I get my earnings reports. Man, this site just sucks. What the hell? It doesn't even load up now. It's trying. Is anybody having this much trouble with earningswhispers.com? I don't know. It's like takes 20 minutes to load the page. All right, let me get on StockTwits then. StockTwits usually better nowadays. All right, some other ones are, let's see, you got Microchip Technology, MCHP. So let me put these on the list here. You guys following? Do me a favor, type these in the room. I'm running out of hands. MCHP. You got Cloudflare is NET. You got Pinterest, PINS. Skechers is sometimes very volatile. SKX. VeriSign, I banned that stock a long time ago. Ooh, Elf, always important. Elf, the beauty products. GoPro, yeah, used to be interesting. It's garbage now. Take Two, TTWO, Affirm, AFRM. And let's see. Obviously, Amazon. Sono, So Less, SONO. They make speakers that nobody cares about anymore. What a freaking reversal on Affirm. Hang on, let me show you this freaking monster. Holy shit. Now that's an earnings reversal. And here you go, friends. So if you're just joining us, this is what, when I talk about the market being rigged, right? I talk about half numbers and whole numbers and VWAP, right? So you got a stock. And by the way, we're getting 112.50 on the Palantir tonight, obviously. I mean, this thing might open up at 120. I mean, seriously, it might open up at 120 tomorrow. It's unbelievable. So here you got Affirm, one of the, this is a pretty damn popular stock, popular company. Everybody knows it, right? In the midst of the most volatile moment in its life, it still goes to exactly a whole number, and that's where it finds the resistance. It's not a coincidence. These are all pre-programmed. So the reason I mark these off, holy shit, we are going to get to 112.50 already. Oh, man. I had my life savings in this stock at one point, and at $12, I had 10,000 shares, and I was like, you know what? One day the stock's going to be 120. I'm going to make $1 million. And I think I've got, 8 shares left? Well, I bought more today, but wow. All right. So anyway, let's go back to manipulation. 71, right? So let's talk some knee-jerk reaction prices. That's 67.60, right? Then the breakdown price, let's see what price this was. 64.70, bang, bang. And then this smackdown for a second was 59.76. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm just taking the reaction highs and lows. Because when these reaction highs and lows get broken tomorrow, and then tomorrow's new VWAP forms with the 1 minute and the multi-day, you'll start to see where the setups are. Just like what just happened. Here's the fake out, shake out, and you might be on the verge of a new breakout. So that's why you want to plot the significant moments that the stock has. Tomorrow morning, we revisit that. Actually, tonight we'll revisit it after 8 o'clock when they all close. Let me get a shout out for the Palantir trade. Whoop, whoop. Who's in the Palantir with me? Come on. I told you we might get 112.50 today. Oh, my God. By the way, 112.50, you know what that gets you? 115. You know what 115 gets us? 120. By the way, it might break 120 tomorrow for all I know. I mean, think about it. That's only a 10% move. Imagine this thing just gets, everybody just gives up. The institutions that want in, they just buy it indiscriminately. Whoever's a maniac enough to be short, like that Palestinian freak kid that used to be a member of our room, that kid's probably short. I'm glad we're taking his freaking career away from him. Freaking uncle dies in 9/11. Now he's a Palestinian supporter. You got to be kidding me. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics, but Palantir, half the reason I own this stock is they're out there killing terrorists. CIA, baby. You want to go short in the CIA? Yeah. Talking about being shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. One day they're going to show up at your house. Hey, you the guys in short and Palantir? Get in the fucking van. Anyway, I'm glad it's crushing this one person in particular. All the way to 120. I hope he's still short all the way from $30. I really do. Oh, by the way, you know BTU reported that stock sucks. Anybody notice the stock went to $16 today? All right. Before I get distracted getting all angry about political events. But I'm not joking. That's why I own Palantir. It's the whole premise. Just like when I was buying Tesla because I thought he was going to colonize Mars, I bought this stock because of the CEO and an interview that I saw him on 60 Minutes about 10 years ago. And I was like, I can't wait for this stock to go public. I'm in. I'm never selling it unless it breaks $70, and I'd be mortified if this thing ever broke 70. All right. Anyway, let me get a drink, and I'll be right back. I'm dying of thirst. Oh, wait. I did get a drink. Look at me thinking ahead. All right, let's go take a look at some other ones. They'll be all the numbers, all the companies that report earnings will be down on these scanners also, so you won't forget. All right, I don't know if this candle was real. It doesn't look like it was real. So I don't know how to factor that in. I'm just going to take in consideration that it wasn't real. So I'm not going to factor it in. So this was 233.88, the high water mark. Bang, bang. And that's where it rolled. So there's the low. I know that was real. I watched that one. So we're starting to form our range. Now, again, with anything else, you'd rather it sit in a range and go sideways for a while, because then the range break is where we make our money. And if the range break happens under the VWAP, that's the setup. And that's the setup that I want you guys to focus on. All right, let's keep going. Hold on a second. I got so here, the website I'm talking, oh, it's gone again. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this website. It just doesn't work. It was working for a second. Anyway, it's called earningswhispers.com. I like their website when it works, because they break the earnings reports into market cap weighted. So you get a really good feel for which ones you want to focus on. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's trying. I don't know what's up with the site. I just get this spinning dot in my face for the last hour. Usually you just click calendar and you hit, I don't know. Doesn't work now. Oh, there it goes. Kicked in finally. So there you go. There's our list. Oh, and now we're not. I don't know what the hell. Oh, and maybe they're trying to charge me. Maybe they went behind a paywall or something. That's why it's not working. That could be it. Is anybody having problems with the website? Because it's been free for 25 years. Did they just put the whole thing behind a paywall? You bastards. Yeah, I think they might have. Oh, no, they took one of my favorite toys away. I love this website. I've been around so long that there are websites that don't even exist anymore. You guys remember briefing.com? Briefing still a thing? Oh, it's back. Don't move. All right, so there you go. So you see how the top stocks are the ones you want to focus on? There you go. Amazon, Elf, Net, Affirm, Fortinet, Pins, Clean Spark. Ooh, Clean Spark. I'm interested in that one. Take Two, and there's your list, right? So they do a great job of giving you the ones you probably want to focus on the top of the list, because these are the most popular ones, and they're basically based on, market cap and volume. And you got plenty to choose from. I tend to look at, a majority of this list. I'll go back, but somebody was asking me, how do I stay focused? I stay focused on the ones that are the most popular. And most of these have options that expire on every week. So tomorrow, and we'll talk more about this later tonight. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to stop in to my old site. I'm going to put some Grateful Dead on at around 6, if you're into some music. And then around 8 o'clock, usually the show's coming to an end, or I'll fast forward to the end. And then we'll just crunch some charts. And I like doing it after 8 o'clock, so then we get to see how the entire aftermarket session ended. All right, so let me go, now that I got the list up, let me go through some more. So Elf, big fan. You should already be ready to buy this. Actually, you might want to, this one looks very interesting. You might want to buy it in the aftermarket. Because one thing I learned, not only can you not short the market without putting your life on the line, you never really want to short anything involved with women. Ulta Beauty, Lululemon, Elf, Kimberly Clark, stuff like that. So now that this stock is down, this is probably going to be our winner tomorrow, right? So right now, you see how it hit 73. Look how it hit 73, 73, 72.77, 72.90, 72.77, 73. Take a wild guess where we're buying this tomorrow if it's under the price. Take a wild guess. What do you think we're going to be doing with this? So if it stays in between this little range that it just formed. So if you come in tomorrow and the stock's flirting with the 71s, but doesn't break down, makes that turn, you probably want to buy it at 72.50. And if you miss the 72.50, that 73 break probably gets us a quick point right to that. That's the 74. And if we get in there and we're looking for the bottom of this candle, that's probably 75. Yeah, it's 75.10. So now if you're thinking the way I'm thinking, you want it to go down more, because the lower it goes, the better price we get to buy it, because there ain't no doubt I'm buying the stock. And now I take a look at some of the long-term trades on it, and oh man, it's pretty ugly. Wow. Elf is pretty, wow, that is a nasty looking chart. Wow. So this thing could go, oof, yeah, look where we are. This thing could be looking at 67.50 easy. That's your 2-year low. So maybe there is something busted on this name. Look at that. That's a stinky looking chart, but I love me some stinky charts. Hang on, let's go see where the 3-year chart. Oof. Oh, maybe I might have to rethink women's products. Yeah, no, I'm gonna probably make the stand. Look right there. That's around 66. See that little spot right there? What price is that? Oh, that's 67.40. Oh, there you go. So that, all right, I think I'm onto something right here. Breaks to 70, goes to 67.50. That's where I'll probably make my stand there. But if you break the 67.50, you're in this big candle right there. You could be looking at $60 on this stock today. Yeah, wow, that's ugly. I didn't realize the stock was beaten up so badly. That looks like it'd go to easy 67.50. All right, cool. All right, good. I hope it gets there, because it'll get oversold. We'll get our bounce on it. And again, look, we don't need a hero trade on every single trade. Now that it's under 70, when it breaks back over the 71 and we get 3 points out of it, bully. So right now it looks like it is going to head to 67.50. Nasty. All right. So we got Amazon, we got Elf. Most of these stocks I never trade. I only trade them during earnings season, but we have, oh man, look at that chart. So here's Netflare. Look at the size of this sell-off. You dropped almost 18 points to rally almost 35. That's awesome. Because when you see this type of aftermarket action, you're going to get some crazy action the next day. So let's plot it. And by the way, look at the high of the day, basically the whole number, 159. And those red lines must have been where I traded this stock last quarter, because I know I don't really trade it too often, but we'll get rid of those. But look how my red lines from last quarter came into play, sort of, right around those prices. So the stock's still, I guess, somewhere near the last time it reported. All right, so let's mark that off, 122.32. Double top right there, bang, bang, that's important. First candle high, second candle high, the bounce. What price is that? That's 150.61, bang, bang. All right, starting to take shape. Let me go revisit this take two. Hold on, take two. That's a pretty sick move. And when you see there's no prints, that means it's just not a lot of volume. Yeah, you see how it's got a 2-point spread. It's just trading, printing. It's hard to, obviously I don't really trade too much in the aftermarket, but you nearly never want to trade stocks like that where there's no volume and you're just dropping bids, moving offers. But still, you want to plot the prices. So 199.94, basically you're 200. And then where did it gap? What is that? That's 188.90. Maybe we avoid this one. We'll come back to that one. There's just nothing. There's no data here. And you see that Affirm move, right? That would have been us. So you missed the first up move. It crashes, gets back above VWAP. Now you got, some more information to deal with. Break back over where it broke down from. We would have been buyers here. And there's your 3 points. I didn't see Pinterest go by yet. How come it's not moving? Hey, look at the high of the day on there. That's my lucky number, 43. And by the way, whole number. Once again, let me explain why this is a form of manipulation and rigging. Here you have a company that just reported earnings in the aftermarket, the most volatile a session could probably be, and yet it still goes to an exact whole number, and that's where the seller is. It's rigged. The whole market's rigged. Don't forget it. All right, so you got microchip technology, old school tech. That's old school chip company. Ah, I like that. By the way, look where it stopped going down. Big fat whole number. Just a coincidence, right? These are all just coincidences, right? Because the market's not rigged, right? I just show it to you every day, right? So now look at the top. What price is that? Ooh, I thought it was 52. It's 52.10, 52, 52.05. Weird, but close enough. There's your 52s. So again, anywhere in this range, if it flirts down with the 48s, holds the 48s, we're immediately buying it tomorrow with the 48 as our out. And, hopefully it stays in this bottom range. And again, we'll revisit all these trades and all these setups later tonight when the market officially closes. Did I miss any? There's probably a lot. Actually, this looks good enough to want to buy in the aftermarket also. Let me see. Let me pull this one up. And that answered my. Did you see what it just did? They just dropped the bid $1 on maybe 300 shares. That's a thin stock, and that's why the pre-market you got a little bit more liquidity. Aftermarket, you tend to see this herky-jerky, low-volume bullshit moving. And also remember, you got a few things going on. You got the knee-jerk reaction to the earnings per share, which is last quarter's information. And as soon as that's done, it's old news. So then the stock looks for what? Forward guidance. The analysts come on, start talking about how smart they are with their MBAs, and they start asking all their questions with big words so they can feel smart. Like burn rate. I don't even know what that means. I just used it at a conference once. Yeah, hi, Kenny Glick, Patterson Travis. What's the burn rate ratio on your IPO as we're sitting here? Great question, Mr. Glick. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I just felt like saying it to sound important. I was actually watching a movie where some guy was doing an IPO, and he asked the guys what the burn rate was. So I raised my hand at a meeting, and I asked what the burn rate was. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. It sounded good. What's the burn rate? Does anybody even know what the burn rate is? Anyway, it's actually a thing. Yeah, the burn rate. That's how quickly they're burning through their excess cash. Burn rate. But the reason you'll have such volatility in the aftermarket is that you have the lack of liquidity, and you got a lot of shit going on in the meeting. Then they announce buybacks or forward guidance, upgrades, downgrades, that kind of thing. So by 8 o'clock, that's all done. Then tomorrow we come in and we'll do it tonight. We'll reinvestigate tomorrow, and then all those ranges that we build tonight, tomorrow the VWAP forms, and then we have our artwork staring us in the face. And hopefully we get a couple of trades like the wonderful Roblox today, which, again, many, many opportunities for you, friends. Massive sell-off. And then, just like I continuously say, every sell-off on any reasonable stock, and I don't even count Roblox as a real stock. This company's going to be at zero. You know it. 3 years from now, this stock will be at zero. Nobody's going to care about this game company within 3 more years? How long could it last? All these companies will eventually go to zero. I don't know much about it, but I'll just say zero. But in this market, anytime you see a stock get slammed, you look to play the counter trend move, and sometimes this counter trend move is better than you ever expect. And this was pretty damn good. I bought it in this chop earlier, made some money, got out, tried it again. Not bad. You know, I missed what I missed. I missed this one. I missed that move, but I caught some of this. That was pretty good. And like I said, you know, I cannot personally be in all these trades. That's why I try to set up as many as I can for you. And you know what was one of my favorite trades that I don't think anybody here took? Peloton short. Peloton short, right? Another company that'll never go out of business. Now, there's no bullshitting you right here. I mean, you had massive candle, you had your dip, and you had a VWAP break, ass crack VWAP break. No reason not to buy it. Pulls back, holds the VWAP. No reason not to buy it. Everything's bullish. Everything's bullish. Everything's bullish. So one of the things that I like to do with VWAP is to confirm my bearishness or confirm my bias, I should say. There's no way in hell I'm buying this stock. Just I don't buy Peloton, even though I've had some fun with it when it was like $2.50 or $3. We had some fun with the squeeze. Not a fan of it up here at 9 because I think it's going back to 5 and then 0. So I wait to see if my bias is confirmed, and it was right here, and I missed it because I was on to other shit. And by the way, here comes Palantir. Come on. 112.50. We're going to get there. So you see this chop. So here's the blue line to the orange line. That's my favorite trade. Missed it. And then it starts to chop between prior day VWAP and the 1 minute. And then if you haven't noticed, every time it got back to the high, there were sellers. And then it got back to low. So the stock was just trapped in the range. So I was like, all right, the next time it gets back up there, I'm going to short it. And there it was. It got back up there, starts to roll. I shorted it right here. And look at this slow bleed. Back to the double bottom. Covered some here at 843. And then my other my other target was the 824, where it pivoted from this morning. And look where you went. And that's why I draw the red lines. And that's what I'll show you more about tonight. And that's what I show you every day. You just want to plot the charts. See, the only average we're using is the number one volume weighted average price. There are no moving averages here. There are no 20, 50, hundreds, exponentials, whatever. All, again, there's thousands and thousands of different studies you can use. I don't use any of them. I use exact price because the market's rigged, and this rigged price. And certain prices, sometimes it comes down to that penny. Sometimes a stock goes to 67.20 and the trigger's 23, and you don't get there, you never get the trigger. I like to use exact price around VWAP, and it makes it easier to trade because you're trading these very, very specific prices, and it's usually the pivot points that are significant, pre-market, after-market, and like what we're doing today. And you just prepare for your attack. You're not running into battle without a plan, are you? That's how you get shot in the face. I have a burner gun. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. They're more powerful than I thought. I shot a hole through my white PVC fence. My wife always wondering what happened there. I don't know. I think I must have kicked a rock up out of the car from the car. It's a big hole in my front fence. Yeah, I got the stock's actually done all right. Well, actually, I don't know if it's done all right. How's the 2-year chart? Oh, wow. Wow. That's pretty impressive. You know what stock? I used to own this stock too. Shit. Wow. I gave up on this thing when it broke under $5. I figured it was going to 0. Wow. I haven't looked at this stock. Holy crap. What a move. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me Black Rifle Coffee is like $50 a share. Where's that stock? What was Black Rifle Coffee's symbol, by the way? I forgot. Non-lethal? What? I got one of everything. Ooh, I just shocked myself. Hey. What was Black? Who was Black Rifle? Black Rifle. Black Rifle. Wasn't it? Black Rifle Coffee. Yeah, Black Rifle Coffee's public. Yeah, I bought it. It sucked. I bought it out of the SPAC. I lost 50% of my money. Yeah. That's why I don't drink that black. That's why I don't drink Black Rifle Coffee anymore. Fucking stock sucked. Was it BRC? I remember. I thought it was BRCC. No, I think you're onto something here. There it is. BRCC. Yeah. Yeah, I bought it out of the SPAC. $10. It sucked. If you like strong coffee, that's good. Oh no. This wasn't the one. No, I bought it at 10 right after it collapsed. Right. I thought it was a SPAC. No, I just remember buying it at $10 and selling it at 5. That was a waste. Microchip net pins. Yeah, let's go take a look at pins one. There you go. There's your 1250. You see how it hit it to the penny? You want to know why? Because the market's rigged. There you go. Oh, I got Illy. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I use that in my espresso. I love me some Illy. I'm an old school Italian. I make espresso on the stove in the old school one. Yeah. Love that stuff. All right, we made it. 112.50. There you go. I don't even know what I want now on the stock. I think still want it to gap down tomorrow so I can buy more 110s and then have it rip to 120. I'm definitely buying more tomorrow. I mean, I'm pretty damn convinced we're going up another 7.5 tomorrow for sure. Just hope it doesn't gap. I'm a non-practicing Jew. Yeah, I'm Jewish by ancestry. I married into a massive Italian family. Well, Scandinavian, Newfoundland. Yeah, my wife she's like a Newfie, which is descendant from Leif Erikson. They're descendant from Vikings, Greenland, Iceland. And then my mother-in-law married into my mother-in-law married the guy from Newfie, but the rest of my family are all Italians, and like real Italians. Like they own like garbage companies and construction companies. And I'm the one who cooks now for Christmas because I make my lasagnas better than everybody's. Yeah, I got the Biancos, the Veracis, the Taglianis. Yeah. So basically, I'm Italian. I grew up in Brooklyn. Yeah. So 12.50 on Palantir. I'm supposed to be cashing out for exactly $1 million today. That was my freaking plan. I bought 10,000 shares of the stock at 12.50, and I just started selling it way too early. Then I got caught up in that meme bullshit. I'm selling it back at 17.50 on the way back down, which sucked. I'm supposed to be cashing out for $1 million today. Oh, I had such a good plan. Anyway, all right, let me go take a look at some of these other ones. MCHP time. And then we'll skedaddle. You guys all rest up, and then we'll be back later. Oh, good. This one's hanging out in the middle. That's good. Take two. Hanging out in the middle.